So yeah, it looks like I'm having some really short burst videos today, for now at least, which is cool and good. I think that's a good sign because yesterday I wasn't able to make the. Yesterday I was busy being not busy, so I was able to make I was able to make longer videos. So having the orders today, like I am getting so far, which is very very great. Is a good problem to have. So having to cut videos short is a good problem to have. And so sorry if that's inconvenient. But that's the way I have to do it today, basically. But yeah, thinking about the Quiet on the Set show and what watching it was like yesterday. Yeah. So, like, we go through a lot of complicated things, especially as kids, where the world doesn't make sense around us, and I guess that's not always true. That's not true for everybody. But for me, especially growing up around like the late '90s, mid to late '90s, and then early 2000s, that was definitely a thing. So seeing these kids on Nickelodeon, adults now, seeing them tell their story was it's hard to put into words, but it was very, it was satisfying, it sucks because of what happened there, things that they went through, but it's really helping me deal. I think what's happening is really just helping me deal with a lot of the struggles that I had, by hearing them talk about their struggles, coming from a similar background, in a way. I was not an actor growing up, and I don't live in California, and I didn't work for Nickelodeon or anything like that. But there's definitely things I can relate to. It brought me a lot of comfort hearing that these people were struggling so bad, because I struggled too, and I didn't have the same kinds of struggles. Really, but at the same time, I went through stuff too that was crazy growing up and hard to make sense of. Everything's changing, everything's moving very quickly, and kids are more sensitive than adults, so kids can make more sense of what's going on around them than adults can, but kids don't have the frame of reference that adults have. So while adults have a harder time making sense of things, kids have less a frame of reference. I think that's a very important point I just made. Very important point that we should all think about and focus on, honestly, for real. Because, we're so dismissive of kids, but how in tune are they, right? How much do they know what's going on, right? They can sense things, they understand things make sense to them. And they might not be able to put it into the right words or whatever, or words that make sense to you. And also adults, like, how much time do we spend trying to figure out what's going on? We spend so much time trying to figure these things out. And we do have more life experience, I guess, but experience on Earth at least, but that's just something to remember. And so I was in my room kind of working on things, organizing my room a bit, just chilling by myself and doing the things that I wanted to do. Because, and the other thing was I tried to start watching this show earlier. I tried watching it in the living room, and I watched it with my mom a little bit in the past, but it just felt really uncomfortable because it felt like I needed to explain myself to her, which is like not a thing at all. And I don't. It's very uncomfortable when you feel like you need to explain yourself to people. It's really uncomfortable. I mean, I guess it's annoying. Is a better word. It's annoying. And I don't think that we shouldn't have to spend our lives explaining ourselves to everyone. I think we should be able to be ourselves without having to explain, is my point. And so it wasn't very comfortable watching that show with her, so I went to the living room to start watching it by myself, and she came out there, and I was just like, I'm not going to be able to watch this now. let me watch this with her, basically. Nothing against my mom, I love her. But there's just dynamics, So there's things that make life tricky, difficult, or interesting. And so I was like, well, I'm not watching this now, so it's just kind of like, all right, well, I'm not going to get up and run away or walk away because she came out here, because that's going to make her feel uncomfortable and unloved and hurt and things like that. But I need to be happy too, and I need to just really, it's hard to communicate your needs sometimes. It really is. It's really tricky. So it's really tricky. It's really tricky. And people can be relentless, and it can be exhausting, and it can be hard to figure out how to say to people so that they'll understand what you need in the moment in order to help you get what you need. And most of the time, those things are very, very simple and very, very basic. Like, I need space. I need to be left alone. I need you to leave me alone. I need you to not talk to me anymore. I need to, all these different things. Lots of different needs that are, if properly understood, they're very easy to give. And if you love someone and if you love someone enough to give them the things that they need, and you don't take offense at the things they need, it's very easy to give people those things. But it's really hard to do that when you are offended or you don't know how to, you can't comprehend. Like, a lot of times people are so caught up in their own selves to the point where it's like, I can't comprehend why you would need something like the thing you just told me you needed. And it's like, well, instead of respecting your wishes, respecting you, honoring your wishes, honoring your requests, and honoring you, and giving you the peace that you need by telling you that this is going to be okay, and you're going to be okay, and whatever it is you need, I'll love to give that to you. Instead of doing that, the person internalizes your need, and I guess intellectualizes it in a sense, or they think about it. They take what you say your need is, and then they filter it, and then instead of just saying okay, they say, well, I need to figure this out, and I need to figure this out so it'll make sense to me. And they don't always realize they do that, and I definitely do that too. But it's frustrating sometimes, because we as people need things in really simple ways, and we don't need someone to, it doesn't matter if someone understands or not, we still need that thing. And when you're saying, I need this right now, can you please leave me alone, or can you, no offense, I really like you and all, and this isn't against you or about you, but I just really need to be left alone. It's really hard to tell people that sometimes. And it's really hard because they take offense at it, and it's really hard to communicate your needs sometimes. It's really hard. So, yeah, that's a thing. And so it was a good experience watching the show in my room and just being by myself for a while and being able to like decompress and like have some peace and quiet and stuff. You know what? So yeah. But yeah. I'll talk to you guys later. I hope you have a great day. I'm going to be having a great day. In the meantime, I'm going to be trying to have a great day. So I'll see you.